Nobody gonna know.
Can't you see?
Howdy, Todd.
Oh, can't you see what that woman, Lord, she been doing to me? Can't you see? Can't you see what that woman, she been doing to me?
Well, if you're here, and you are, howdy, y'all. Glad to have y'all back with me today. Hell, just happy to be here myself personally. But sad. I'm sad. I'll admit it. I got to spend a wonderful portion of my day with Steph and Skip. Howdy, Cheeseburger. Glad to have you on board today. I'm going to tell you, if you ever get the chance to roll out to El Paso and spend a little time with Steph and Skip, I'm going to highly suggest you do that. Great people, easy to talk to, massively fun to hang out with, or at least I believe so. And if you're into pipes and cigars, yeah, I think you're going to get along with them pretty well. Now, just so that we can dispense with anybody who's underaged, anybody not over the age of 21, I'm sorry, but go ahead and take this opportunity to get the heck on out of here. Those are YouTube rules, not mine. Anybody who is easily offended, yeah, you probably want to go ahead and leave also. That's more because, well, you know, if you're easily offended, I'm probably going to accidentally, or maybe even on purpose, I'm not sure yet, but there's a good possibility that it could go either way. And I'm not out to actively attempt to offend you, but I've got a pretty good chance of doing it. I'm real just a natural at it. No big deal either way. But from this point on, anybody else who's left in here, buckle up. This is gonna be a ride. Hopefully a good one. So as I said earlier, I got to hang out with Steph and Skip at a location here only 6 miles from the house. Had a wonderful time. Next time that Steph and Skip do show up here in the Houston area, hopefully I will be able to do a live show. I had intended to do a live show this time, and it fell apart because the place where we were at, one place by the name of Serious Cigars, is having a remodel right now. Now, that's neither a good thing nor a bad thing, because the one here right by the house, I'm going to tell you, wonderful place. The employees that work there, great group of people. If you happen to see a certain video that was put out by Steph earlier today on her channel, that would be Steph and Skip Kane. Howdy Jimmy and howdy Ohio. Glad to have y'all both on board. So anyways, if y'all see that video by Steph and Skip, you'll also see my buddy Dave. Dave taught me everything I'll ever need to know about coffee, and he taught me a lot, really. And we worked together at a cigar shop, and I'm going to tell you, he's improved a lot on his ability to zero in on somebody's palate, what they like, what they don't like. And he spent a little time talking with Skip about Skip's palate. And now, from talking to Skip or listening to Skip various other times, I could tell that my buddy Dave was like just able to zero in real quick, real easy on exactly no problem even trying to figure it out what cigars Skip would definitely like. And I've got a pretty good memory, so I've got a pretty high chance of getting some of those cigars to Skip at some point in time, one way or the other. Just saying. Jeff is going to be doing a video later. Is that going to be a live video or just a video? Inquiring minds. Hey, this is a tailgate. Y'all are allowed to talk about anything you'd like. Really, seriously. We're not here to try and solve the world's problems. We're here to enjoy being with each other. And when Mike's regular programming comes on here in, let's call it 50 minutes or so, we're going to jump over there and we're going to enjoy hanging out with Mike at Briar Blues. Just a regular video. Well, I'll be looking forward to that then. Absolutely looking forward to that. So somebody, I'm not saying who, but I bet y'all would know just from what we've already discussed right now. Somebody dropped me off my ability to feel like Chad. Except for I'm not sick or under the weather or dealing with anything that starts with the letter C. So Chad, if you're out there, feel better, buddy, because, man, we are going to miss you on Fridays. I can't do your whole show, and I need to find out if you need me to do most of your show. I'm pretty good for about 2 hours. But if I start at my normal time, I can only do about an hour, maybe an hour and a half of your show, and then that leaves a long pause for everybody else. Just trying to help out there, buddy. All right, so enough of that. Anything y'all want to talk about today? Let's talk. By the way, if we're going to do a bowl call, I think everybody knows what this is. That's a Missouri Meerschaum Country Gentleman, bent. And in it is Fire Dance Flake by Samuel Gwaith. And if you want to know, this will hold exactly one flake with just a little bit of room over the top there for expansion. It holds one flake almost exactly perfectly. Howdy, Jose. ¿Cómo estás? How about I finish that off? ¿Cómo estás, mis amigos? Yo estoy muy bien. I know what his next question would be. Figured I'd finish it off before he has to ask. Haha, there's the E2. I like it. So anyways, yes, if y'all get a chance to see that video that Steph put out today, yes, I was there with them. We were in the same room, sitting side by side by side. Pretty awesome. Got to spend some time with them. Not just talking about pipes and cigars. Yes, we did talk pipes and cigars. Believe me, you put 3 people from the YTPC in the same room, we're going to talk about pipes and cigars in some way, shape, or form. If I'm one of those, I guarantee it will be cigars in there somewhere. Because I know more about cigars than I do pipes. I know some about pipes. I know a little bit. Just enough to be dangerous. but I know enough about cigars to really, really change your life if it comes to cigars. Because I've also tasted a lot of cigars that I don't like. That's what you got to do if you're going to work inside a cigar shop. You got to know what they taste like. Even if you don't like them, you got to smoke them. God, sometimes that is rough. At least with pipes, I can smoke pretty much just what I like. I appreciate that, Jose and Todd. I really do. Now, as far as Steph and Skip goes, please, I'm not sure how to tell you where to find her station, but Kitty Maxboom is doing the Steph and Skip show this Saturday while they're driving back to El Paso. Or they might have already driven back on Friday, but believe me, you get a 14-hour trip in a car, you're wiped. It is not one of those things that you want to just jump up and try setting up and doing a live show. You're just, you get to that point where you're just wiped out. And I've got to say, if you're working really hard on doing something and then it comes to something that you want to do, but you just don't have the energy, I understand. It's a rough thing to do, and sometimes you just have to say, that's enough. Hopefully, I can get this job, and there is a job out there that I'm kind of applying for right now, and if that happens, I might be stuck canceling my Thursday and Friday shows. Might be. But if I can schedule it my way, I will still be able to do it. Jose, believe me, they will ask you to do it because they believe in you and they want you to have that opportunity to stretch that ability a little bit. Wait, which name? Kitty Max Boom, or something like that. Kitty Max Boom? Kitty Max... You know what? I'm going to look it up real quick. See if I can't find it. Let's see if we can't find it. Let me open up the YouTube app. Of course, I'm opening it up on the tablet, which runs really slow, so let's just be careful there. Oh, I know how to find it. Let me find subscriptions. It's in here somewhere. I know it's in here somewhere. Just bear with me a little bit, fellers. Promise. And I will find it. If it's somehow still in here and I haven't been like banned from I do have to look through a whole bunch of names though. Kitty Max Boone. Okay, let me type it in the way it shows up on my screen. That is going to be Kitty space Maxboon. Max Boone. That is Kitty Max Boone. And let me... Okay. Here's some of the videos we can find on her show. I'm holding this wrong, so I'm getting a lot of reflection. Trying to angle that out. There we go. So, Sir Walter Riley, Aromatic First Impressions about 22 hours ago. First ever Whitby with a open mouthy face. That's from a day ago. And then a 4 noggins order, it appears. Okay. And on Saturday, yes, I am going to be trying to run a tailgate so that Kitty Max Boone can, get some reward out of that. We can maybe go fill up her whole supply there. One thing I got to look for right now, anybody who is not following along with Steph and Skip, they are 9 away or less from 1,000 people, which means they could do a live show driving to home if we could just get them 9 more viewers, subscribers anyways. Of course, they're not going to do a live show from the road. Trust me, it's not really something that they should be doing. But maybe they would. Maybe they would. But we really need to get them those 9 viewers. 9? Come on. Somebody go twist somebody's arm and say, hey, look, sub this person. I don't care if you never watch them. Just sub them anyways. No, I'm not talking about me. I go twisting people's arms, and I probably am going to jail. Again. Wait, did I say that last part out loud? Yeah, I probably did. Don't want to go there. So I'm going to try and get this pipe broke in before my birthday, which is somewhere in the first week of April. I should have it broke in by then. Should. Jose, that cigar shop is 6 miles from my front door. Close enough to walk. And yes, I have. Not exactly fun in August or during the rain. But I could walk it. Or pedal a bike. Okay, I drove the truck, but still. No, spoiled me, Jose. Spoiled me. There is no way that I can call that lucky. And then, not only is that shop, that particular shop, 6 miles away, there's one that's about a mile further, slightly different direction, but mostly the same direction. That is not quite as big, but it has a lot of the boutique stuff that nobody else is going to carry. And then about 10 miles from my house, there's actually a place where the guy rolls all the cigars in the building. So all the cigars are literally rolled right there in the building. Yeah. Oh my God. 800 kilometers, which is, correct me if I'm wrong, that's about 560 something miles, give or take. And that's just quick calculations out of my head. Don't get me to start lying. Let's see, 800 kilometers from your front door. That means that they are probably in what, Santiago? Santiago, Chile? Now, I'm not trying to say exactly what 800 kilometers is, but I know that it's at least 500 miles. That would be like me driving to, let's see if I can't keep it here in Texas. Yeah, that's like driving almost to Amarillo from here. Sure, it's all in one state, but Texas is a mighty big place. And no, you do not want to drive from Houston to Amarillo in one sitting. In fact, unless you've got a diesel truck and it's got a big tank, you probably are going to have to get out somewhere and fuel up. 500 miles is a big distance. And yes, I do know a little bit about Chile. I looked up how much it would take to fly there. And I found out that the closest place to Villarrica is Santiago, or at least the closest place with a airport. Because when I tried to find out if it was something that you could drive, it came back, there is no route. In other words, there's no way to do that. You can't get there from here. You cannot drive to Jose's from the United States. Even if you thought you could, you can't do it. It's not possible. There were some roads that are now completely wiped off because of either earthquakes or lava flows. And then there's certain routes that you're not going to be able to pass through borders because those borders are closed at present. Don't blame me. I do my homework. It was one of the things that always kind of scared people, is that I've got this crazy amount of knowledge because I'm interested in so many things. One of those things I'm interested in is blueberries, and Jose says he knows where he can get a ton of blueberries. Right. I have seen that you can actually do that also, Jose. It would depend upon what flight I could get, when I could get that flight. There's a whole lot that goes into it. It is not one of those things that you just pick up today and say, I'm going to Villarica. It is definitely one of those things I would have to plan out in advance, a lot in advance. Because reasonably priced tickets you have to buy almost 6 months in advance. And then you got to hope that the flight isn't canceled. Are you over here to bug me? I hear you. My cat is over here to bug me. Yes, I do like blueberries. I also like blackberries, brandy, and vanilla. Just in case anybody's wondering why I said that, Fire Dance Flake has the flavor of blackberries, brandy, and vanilla. And it's pretty tasty. I gotta tell you. I haven't actually gotten it lit, and it's still tasty. What I should have done is dried it out and probably rubbed out the flake. But no, I folded, twisted, and stuffed. Actually, I rolled, folded, twisted, and stuffed. So it's probably going to smoke crazy good, but I got to get it lit first. Oh no, we're not doing blueberries cake. Mostly because I don't do cake. I do blueberries. I do the heck out of blueberries. I would be about like that girl from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, the one that turns purple and swells up. I believe her name was Violet. Because I like blueberries. Plus, blueberries have a certain level of antioxidants, which really helps my psoriasis. Can't help my psoriasis much, but any help I can get, I take. Trust me. If you had psoriasis, you'd understand. Alright, gonna make sure this thing gets lit and stays lit now. And Steph and Skip, if y'all are out there somewhere, oh my God, thank you so much for being here today. I cannot tell you, I didn't expect anything other than y'all just showing up and hanging out with me. And then y'all blew me away, brought me a pipe, 2 of them. Brought me some tobacco, 2 of them. Made me feel like a freaking bum. I will get you back one of these days. But I got to walk them through I got to walk Steph through the humidor. And then I told my buddy Dave what Charlie sent Skip for his birthday, which is the Don Carlos, and my buddy Dave was like, damn, I need friends like that. I'm telling you, if I tell you a cigar is like a premium, great cigar, this is not one of those things where just a few people are going to agree with me. No, this is the place where the cigar professionals are really going to tell you, oh my God, really? Somebody sent you that? Are you kidding me? Nope, not kidding you. Oh, I'm definitely enjoying this. This is wonderful. I'm gonna have to do a review on this stuff. And what is that? It says, none but the piper keeps up with the dancer. Let's see if I can get the words to show up there. Anyways, it's right there. And it's not going to zero in for me. Alright, well, enough of trying to read the fine print. Oh, the fine print says it probably contains or produces chemicals known in California to cause cancer. Everything in California causes cancer. I am from California, and I bet you they have a label on me somewhere that says, warning, causes cancer. Jimmy, I understand, but I feel bad that they heaped it on me, and I was barely able to reciprocate at present. Gotta head to the post office. Have a good day, everyone. Cheeseburger, you very much take care, especially while you're out there in the public. A lot of crazy things going on right now, and we want all of our members of the YTPC to be safe, healthy, and happy. And I did not load this very good, obviously. Otherwise, I could have gotten this lit by now. Nope, I'm screwing around. All right, Todd. Glad you could find her. Just remember, she is coming on at the regular time for Steph and Skip this Saturday. Not tomorrow, Saturday. That would be about noon Central Time, 11 o'clock Mountain Time, 1 o'clock Eastern Time, and 10 o'clock in the morning on the West Coast. All times may vary depending upon your level of correction towards the United States. And the United States has a very large Department of Corrections. Just saying. Yes, I did see that you were thinking about making a tamper, and I believe I saw you picking up a stick on one of your videos. Would that be the Orion tree? Not the Aryan tree. That's the wrong tree. And I'm sorry if I've offended somebody by saying this way, but the Aryan race tree is probably looks a lot like a stick. No branches. It's just an all white bald stick. That's not a good family tree. Okay, so, well, look, if Onion's giving you some advice, I would suggest you take it. Man's been around and alive for many years. Not to say that he's old, just that he is well seasoned. Like tobacco, he's got some age on him, and that's a good thing. Plus, if you know Onion well, you need to remind yourself that he's also a Raiders fan, and that makes him awesome. I don't know why I would say such things. Oh, cool. I'm going to have to see that on a video soon. You don't have to leave right now to make that video, but soon. And I will say this for anybody who's thinking about carving wood any way, shape, or form, whether it be a pipe, a tamper, a paperweight, it does not matter. Unless you are a professional wood carver already, practice. A lot of practice. Practice a lot before you start trying to say, oh, I'm going to do this, because, oh my God, you do not know how hard it is to back your mouth up after you've done run off with it and said, I'm going to do this. And then suddenly you're going, oh man, this is a lot harder than it looks. Wood is delicate. Metal, if you jack it up, you can weld it, put it back together. Wood, one wrong little nick, and you've made a toothpick that you throw away. Not a problem, Jose. I do watch a lot of videos. And no, sometimes I do not comment on the videos. You will notice that if you have no comments and only one watch, but it's got a like, if you were to dig far enough, you will probably find that it was me that looked for, found, and watched that particular video. I find that I am very verbose. My mouth runs on and on and on, and so do my replies quite often. You don't believe me? Reply on one of my videos and watch what happens. Because I don't have a bunch of viewership, guaranteed I'm going to type something back to you, because I don't have to worry about it right now. Look, I get to 1,000 viewers and 800 comments. Yeah, I'm probably going to stop that practice. I'm not getting to 1,000 viewers, guys. And not a lot of people comment on my videos. So yes, I am going to be saying something back to you. Even if it's just saying, hey, thank you for watching. I appreciate your time. You know what? I do appreciate your time. There's 1,000,003 things you could be doing, and you took the time to stop, watch my video, and then you made a comment too. Awesome! That just tells me there was something in there that you thought was worth watching. Whether it was me making a fool out of myself or me just being a dumbass. Trust me, I appreciate you taking the time to do that. And yes, Jose, I'm pretty sure you have some skills in the artistry department to really make some fantastic looking things. Unlike me, who is more of a block letter and brick type guy. So for me, trying to make those pipes is really stretching my ability. I wanted to draw, I never could. I wanted to play music, I never could. There were only two things I was really ever good at. One was fighting and one was destroying stuff. I try not to do too much of either one of those anymore. But then I became an electrician. I was pretty damn good at that too. It is awesome. It is unique. Had a true pipe professional gotten that as a commission. This is what I want. This is what I want it to look like. You should have seen the sketch I put out, because they would have made it look like the sketch. I made it look like well, it's a pipe. It is a pipe. I was blessed enough that I had some good looking wood. I was cursed enough that I had some really bad sand pits in really bad spots. One of them, I'm just hoping it doesn't burn out. No, I am not blaming anybody. No matter what, I am not blaming anybody. Howdy, James. Glad to have you in today. Don't worry. Lurk all you want. Here in another 17 and a half minutes, we will be probably joining Mike on his station, though. And he does like to come on a little bit early. Of course, I came on about 10 minutes early, so it might be even longer than that. I'm not going to try and set his times for him. Now, if y'all want to see some artistry in pipes from a guy who makes pipes and he's not really well known for it, y'all got to go check out the Dingus channel. Believe me, he's got a few pipes, like the Mohawk and then some other pipes that he's shown. And I'm just like, I don't have that ability. I couldn't have come up with that. I am a little bit worried about the carport come snow, but other than that, James, I'm telling you right now, if you made like 3 or 4 of the Mohawk for sale, they would sell. I'd seen enough people comment on it to know that it would sell. There's no way I would even no, I'm not even going to attempt to carve one. Yeah, but it's an awesome looking pipe. My only problem with moving is, and I'm serious this, everybody wants you to move if you have a truck, and I have a truck. Trust me. Everybody who's anybody, they find out you have a truck, and they're all of a sudden going, hey, you can help us move. Helping people move is miserable work. No, James. If you make one, you put it out there that you are willing to sell it and start a bidding war. Find out what that pipe is worth to the average Joe. Because I got a feeling you could sell that pipe and figure out a way to turn that money into extra money. And extra money is always good. That, and maybe put a trademark on the shape of it. Because there's going to be a lot of people going like, I could copy that. No, you can't. Now it's trademarked. That is a DMS, Dingus Mohawk Special. Now, me, the hammer, the coffee cup, the one that I call the sextant, I'm never going to make another one. I don't care if it's for commission or not. It was hard to make, and it is brutal on how much you have to have the perfect piece of briar to even start it. And I'm afraid I might never find the perfect piece of briar. But believe me when I tell you this, the piece of briar that I had, it was so pretty. It looked so good. And then as I kept getting into the sand pits and the flaws came out, they were all hidden. When it showed up, it was a perfect, ideal, pristine pipe. In a weird shaped block of briar that there's no way you would have ever known that those particular sand pits were in there. And as I kept working, I found them. And once I found them, I did my best to see if they were going to be in bad locations. And well, yeah, one of them was horrible location. James, I am willing to bet that there is not a pipe maker on the planet, or anybody who has ever even fiddled with a piece of briar on this entire planet, that is going to look at a sand pit and go, yay! I'm willing to bet that if Phil Rivera had that block, if somebody had just given it to him and he started making a pipe and he got to that sand pit, he would have taken it and hit it somewhere in the middle of a very large roaring fire. What is sex? Oh, no. Let me type that in for you. A sextant, SEXTANT, is a device that helps you to navigate using the stars if you have the right abilities and charts. It can help you to pinpoint your exact location when you can't see the land using nothing but the night sky. The shape of it, what I wanted the hammer pipe to look like, reminded me of a sextant. So basically it's like a telescope with a certain devices. And honestly, I've never actually held one in my hands enough to actually do anything with it. So I'd seen a few, but not really close up. So yes, it would be something that if you're trying to sail and you're not using computer-aided devices, you would need one if you're doing any kind of night sailing on open water in areas where you can't actually see the land, because it'll keep you from slamming into something that you can't see. It keeps your boat from being the Titanic. And yes, I did learn about what they are because I do watch a lot of sailing. Team Australia sailing on everything except for when they're up against Team America. But have you seen those catamarans that they're using now, where they're literally all the way out of the water except for they're on this little bitty wing that's still in the water? And I believe 1 or 2 boats nowadays has, on wind power alone, they have gone above 100 knots, which is ridiculous fast. To get a ship of any size going that fast for any amount of time is ridiculous fast. But to do it on just wind power, holy cow, that's ridiculous. Okay. Well, James, I am going to say, if you decide that you are cutting a window into the boys' room, first, find out if it is able to be done without having to have a building permit. And 2, study how to cut in a window a lot before you actually attempt it, because I've actually done it, and the first one was not fun. It was not fun at all. Luckily, it was on a dollhouse that was outside, but I actually put a good window in it. It was for my nieces. It was like a quarter-size house, so I got a small window and I put it in. Okay, no big deal. But then, of course, like I said, the other thing is to find out if your building codes can be, if you have to file for a building code for that. Because if you have to file for a building code to put a window in, I'm just not sure it's worth it. Those things get expensive. Building permit costs you almost 3 times as much as just the window. And then you have to have somebody come in and inspect it after you've done it, even though you did it exactly right. Buying him a screen door, that'll work too. Just the screen, doesn't need to be the wood portion. Wait until winter, they'll move right out. Good plan, good plan. No, I'm playing. If it's still in the Washington or Oregon area, wait until it's raining and they only have a screen door. They're out of here. Again, just playing. James, you're actually correct. I mean, I should think about it more like that also. But I had to file a building permit when I changed some electrical wiring in a house that I owned. Because how it was run was illegal. And then I had to have a permitted inspector come in to inspect what a licensed electrician had done inside his own house to take it from being an illegal and dangerous electrical install and turning it into a legal and proper install. And the inspector showed up long enough to have a cup of coffee because he knew me. And he said, "Really? I'm inspecting your work? You've forgotten more about electricity than I'll ever know. And here's your piece of paperwork." Oh my God. You're serious. I oh. Yeah, some people just should not own tools. Well, that's cool. Believe me, when you can get passes from the inspector because he knows you and knows your work level, that's always a good thing. But I will also say that you sometimes get that one inspector that wants to make a name for himself, and he's basically going to try and stick a finger up your wazoo, and you just kind of got to get there and go, let's just get through this, dude. And they will nitpick every little thing. One guy tried to nitpick because I had 3-prong plugs on a 2-wire system, and he wanted me to take plumber's putty and fill in the ground hole. To which I went ahead, dropped another wire, and wired it into a ground. I was like, man, I didn't even know it was wired wrong by the previous owner. I'm sorry. Here, let me fix that. He red flagged you without looking? He would have hated me. I guarantee he would have hated me. I absolutely can promise you he would have hated me. Mostly because, well, the city inspectors, they know me. Because I make it my business to get to know them. What can I get away with? What do I need to worry about? Have you ever had problems at this location before? And that's one of those things I always try to get to know them before I buy something like that, because you can buy a money pit, but if a city inspector already knows that it's a problem location and you've made friendly with them, they'll tend to say, yeah, don't do that. And yes, I was saved at least once that way. Oh yeah, no, I understand your good old boy system. That means his dad or uncle or grandfather was somebody of standing at some point in time, basically in the same department, he still would have hated me. He still would have hated me, because I would make sure to time it so that everything he ever does for the rest of his life gets basically shoved right back down his throat. Because I'm evil that way. And if I'm like I am right now, I have lots of time. Uh-oh. Hey, Mike just came on. So we're going to jump over there. Everybody, I appreciate y'all showing up tonight. Thank you so much. You had lots of places to be for an hour. And that you showed up here, well, that just warms my heart. Thank you so much for showing up today. And please remember, long lives, big bowls, and long ashes. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. And I will see you over on Mike's channel soon. Talk to you later. Bye now.
Hope you guys are well and safe.